सिलेक्टिव स्ट्रेटजीज इन्वेस्टमेंट्स को शायद हर मार्केट कंडीशन में फायदा न दे। हम 150 से भी ज़्यादा फंडामेंटल डेरिवेटिव्स और टेक्निकल डेटा पॉइंट्स को एनालाइज करते हैं, जिससे प्रॉफिट्स की प्रोबेबिलिटी बढ़ सकती है। ट्रेनिंग, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स और ट्रेडिंग के लिए कॉल करें या ईमेल करें।
Hi there, good afternoon. It is 3:09 p.m. and today is 13th of March, and welcome to all the subscribers of Nifty and Bank Nifty Future and Options, and let's analyze that. What is our view for tomorrow, 14th of March? So as we all know, we are holding our shorts which has been executed at 12:40 p.m. on Thursday, and Thursday was 10th of March. So 10th we have initiated our shorts. We have bought 35,000 put and sold 35,000 call, and again bought 16,500 put and sold 16,500 call for monthly expiry for our in our index option advisory. We had created shorts in Nifty and Bank Nifty futures at those levels at that time. So let's analyze what's happening in indices. First of all, look at the global indices. Decent falling channel forming in S&P futures, and this week we have got a close below yesterday's below last week's close. If you look at daily charts, then look at days at days low we have got the close of S&P futures. And if you look at this particular chart, what does it show? It shows that falling 10-day MA is acting as a resistance since 7th of March, and we had discussed that this is a particular trend line in which the index was trading from 25th of Feb till 4th of March. After that, it has given a breakdown, and since then we are seeing a sell-off, and this trend line is acting as a resistance. If we look at Dow futures, then again see it is a decent blue line. It's a falling channel, and again since 18th of January we are seeing that it's actually this channel has narrowed down, and we are looking at a steep fall in indices. If you look at daily charts, then we have seen that in Dow futures again it closed at days low. A falling 10-day MA is acting as a resistance. This black trend line, see how this trend line is acting as a resistance post 2nd of March, and we are seeing that and we have been discussing this regularly, that we are looking at a sell-off in Dow futures also. If you look at Nasdaq, then Nasdaq, if you look at weekly chart, then look at this black trend line, black falling channel, and it is acting as a decent resistance. And if you look at daily chart, then again look at days low at close at days low and falling 10-day MA as a resistance. And this particular green channel, which is an upward sloping channel, which formed from 25th of Feb till 4th of March. After that, we have got a breakdown. Since that, this particular trend line is acting as resistance, and now 10-day MA is also acting as resistance. So weakness. What we sum up that we are seeing weakness in all three indices of US. And now we come to Nifty and Bank Nifty. First of all, analyze Nifty weekly charts. Look at the Nifty weekly chart. It's a falling channel. But we have got a good this bullish engulfing on weekly charts. Now we'll see that why we created shorts in Nifty futures. So actually the point was that we discussed that we initiated shorts on 8th of March, covered it on 10th of March, what we discussed right now, and it was at this particular level. It was at somewhere around 200 DEMA, and this is falling 20 DEMA. So we created shorts at these levels. Support, the resistance, immediate resistance was at 16,600 odd levels. These levels are pretty well. We are not discussing these precise levels. These levels are well known to our clients. And the support was at 16,400 odd levels. We saw that support on 10th of March itself. However, we stayed short. This rising 10-day MA is acting as a support, so at 16,500. So first of all, now see that what FI positions are on Friday. So what FIs did was that they covered 4,900 shorts in index futures. First of all, they cover some 12,300 shorts in stock futures, so good support for stocks and index. They covered their shorts, and if you look if you look at their positions in index options, then they are holding 36,000 short put, they are holding some 30,000 long put, and they are holding very less, 22,000 short call only. It means that support lies at lower levels. Where does this support lies? This support lies in the zone of 16,400. At 16,400 there is decent put writing by FIs, and at these levels, at 16,600, 17,000, they are holding long put. They are holding on 30,000 long put. So the resistance lies at somewhere around 16,600, 17,000. And it clearly shows that there is some support. However, if you look at stock index options, then good short calls are being held by FIs. They are holding some 4,800 short calls against only 2,100 short put. So in certain selective sectors, you might see a sell-off. So this might remain range bound until and unless there is a breakdown of 16,500 and the 16,400. Right, it will remain buy on dips because FIs are holding short put at 16,400, 16,500 odd levels. Now, if you look at the option chain, then option chain also confirms the same. If you look at the weekly option chain, then at 16,400 and 16,500. At 16,400, the PCR is decent 3.89, and 16,500 the PCR is 1.78. However, if you look at 16,600, this zone, 16,600, 16,700, then at 16,600 PCR comes down to 1.06, and 16,700 PCR comes down to 0.42. So this is the resistance zone, 16,600, 16,700, wherein we have created our shorts, and we have falling 20-day EMA, and this is a 200-day EMA here. So this is a very strong support. If you look at the monthly option chain also, then all activity is getting contained within levels of 16,500 and 17,000. 16,500 PCR is 2.51 and 17,000 PCR is 0.96. So the point is that however support lies here, but we are still short. We want to stay short till we get a breakdown of 16,822, because this is a falling channel. So it is always better to stay short. We have made decent money in our previous trades. So until unless we do not get a breakout of this particular zone, let us stay short. If we get a decent breakout of this zone, then it will be a sweet long. We will immediately take some stop loss, or we will cover our cover our positions at prior to that move also in decent profits or at par, and we will remain long, and in that position we will have a decent up move, because then we will get the direction on the upside, the clear direction, because there will be channel breakout above 16,800 odd zone. So now if you look at Bank Nifty, then Bank Nifty has a different texture altogether. If you look at the weekly chart, then look at this. On weekly chart, the close is just above last week's close. However, the resistance lies at 35,200. At lower levels 34,800, and on the breakout zone lies at somewhere around 35,500 odd. We can look at this breakout zone, 35,500 odd zone. Above this, we will get a decent move up to 36,300 odd. So if you look at daily charts, then look here, the falling 10-day EMA is acting as a resistance here, and this resistance zone is somewhere around 34,800, means 35,000. So at 35,000, FIs are also holding decent long put. If you look at the option chain, the weekly option chain, then if you look at 35,000, then at 35,000 the PCR is 0.36 only, right? So it clearly shows that there are long put held by all the market participants, including especially FIs at 35,000. Right, immediate support, this zone 34,900 odd zone is immediate resistance. Okay, and the support lies at 34,200 odd. So if you look at 34,000, then at 34,000 the PCR is 2.84, means decent put writing is there, and this is the level at which FIs are holding short put. However, the strong short put writing is somewhere around 33,800 odd. This is a very strong support zone. Till this support is not broken on the downside, this will be a buy on dips kind of a zone for Bank Nifty futures. We will also see that if at this level there is a support for Bank Nifty future, we might try to cover our shorts. However, that will completely depends upon the situation prevalent at that particular time. we will better stay short, because we have made decent money in shorts, and these price moves in last few weeks and months. So let us analyze the positions at that point of time. So this is the overall position. We are short. We are short at 35,200 here, and 16 and somewhere around 16,700 on 10th of March. We are holding our shorts. We know that there is a buy on dips kind of setup by FIs, but still we are holding short. We will analyze that how supports are built up at lower levels, and then we will try to see if we can cover our shorts, or we can stay short. So this was our view for 14th and coming week. Thanks for watching this video, and have a very nice day ahead.
सिलेक्टिव स्ट्रेटजीज इन्वेस्टमेंट्स को शायद हर मार्केट कंडीशन में फायदा न दे। हम 150 से भी ज्यादा फंडामेंटल डेरिवेटिव्स और टेक्निकल डेटा पॉइंट्स को एनालाइज करते हैं, जिससे प्रॉफिट्स की प्रोबेबिलिटी बढ़ सकती है। ट्रेनिंग, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स और ट्रेडिंग के लिए कॉल करें या ईमेल करें।